Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by Apex Irons from Callaway.
After it was canceled a year ago due to the pandemic, we're getting set now for the 149th Open. 90 minutes outside of London, eastern coast of England, seaside town of Sandwich. Royal St. George's hosting for the 15th time. The last was 10 years ago with Darren Clarke winning. The man to beat is Jon Rahm, winner of the most recent major championship. And if you go back to the major restart that was at the PGA Championship last August in San Francisco, no one's been better at the majors. Rahm at 20 under par. Potentially the most exciting player of this year because of the emotion with which he plays, the fist pumps, the fire. He's also smart. With that combination, not unlike Rory 7-8 years ago, Rahm with a chance to command the sport. Jon Rahm now with Todd Lewis.
You know, I've reflected on it quite a bit, and as much as an enjoyable experience it was, I think the biggest thing I felt because of the pressure I put on myself, and I think the external pressure, was relief. Right? In golf, when you're playing good golf for consecutive years, you know, not that you're expected to win a major, but you get put on that list of best to never win a major very quickly. And to get out of that at the age of 26 was huge, right? That's why I say relief. Obviously, it was a part of a lot of happiness as well and pride on getting it done. Now, when you come to the next major, I mean, I'm a really ambitious player, so I can't think, you know, it would be amazing to join that list of players who have won both Opens in the same year. Not many that have won more than one major in 1 year. And, you know, to come to the Open, to come to the UK, you know, where golf started really, to one of the most, if not the most prestigious event, it's very enticing to me. So it'll be really amazing to be able to get it done after Sevi.
You say you felt relief after winning the U.S. Open. Does that take away a little bit of internal pressure, make you feel more comfortable now as you come here to the Open?
Not really.
No?
Because I still want to win, right? I'm very much one of those who thinks what I've done is done, it's in the past, let's move forward, right? So I know it was maybe a month ago, but I can't change it, it's happened, let's move on because there's more things to accomplish. And that's what I've always thought about it, and you know, it's not like I'm more relaxed. You know, I still want to win and still a major championship and still a lot of work to be done, right? So that's kind of the way I'm thinking about it. And if anything, it's more motivation because that Sunday was so much fun. That feeling I had on 18 was so much fun that I want to have it again. Hopefully I have a lead coming into 18. I don't have to make any putts, but it's really, really, really fun and it's addicting. So hopefully I can get it done again, and that's, you know, that's what I think is motivating.
Final thing, dating back to the Memorial, the unfortunate circumstance, but you were playing beautifully. Then you win at the U.S. Open. You played well in Scotland last week, finishing top 10. If you had to describe the confidence right now in your career, what would you say?
Describe confidence?
That you have with your game.
Oh, percentage of confidence.
However you want to rate it.
You know, I think I've spoken extensively of this and thought about it too, right? And I think a lot of times it's a reflection of what's going on outside the golf course in my case, right? I think my life with Kepa and Kelly and everybody around us is so balanced, it's so good, that when I go on the golf course, there's not an ounce of worry about anything else in life. So it's really easy to go and perform, right? When you have all the stresses adding on, it can add on the golf course subconsciously. So, you know, a lot of the work I do mentally is off the golf course because it translates into the golf course, right? So more than confidence, I've always been very confident, but I feel like the balance I feel is, you know, it's at a higher level than I've ever felt, and I think that's been the key lately.
Yeah, U.S. Open champion is in a great place, you can hear. And he's out on Thursday, 4:58 a.m. Eastern Time with two former Open champions, the defending Open champion Shane Lowry, and as well Louis Oosthuizen, with Brandel Chambly and former Open champion Justin Leonard. Why not back-to-back majors for Jon Rahm?
Yeah, it's hard to find a reason not to, you know, to like him. He's the betting favorite by a large margin. Had a couple weeks off, plays links golf, put himself in contention. He would be number one in the world, but he finished 7th. If he'd finished 6th last week, he would still be number one in the world. Not a concern of mine, but you know, with a couple wins in the Irish Open in the last 4 years, things seem to be pretty well aligned off the golf course, which certainly brings, tends to help things on the golf course.
Right. You'd hate to be going up against him right now with sort of that form that he's got. Just keeps getting better. Slowed things down, managed to slow things down, at least in my view, at the U.S. Open, such that he could finally play his best golf when he needed to in a major championship. And a lot of times, as you said earlier in our show, that's a manifestation of calm at home. And, he just spoke beautifully to that. And, that's what stands out to me as much as his play is just listening to him in the media center. I almost feel like I'm listening to Federer after he wins an event. There's such a authenticity and honesty and an ability to articulate sometimes difficult thoughts. It's a joy listening to him, and it's been a joy getting to see this side of him as he's played better and better and been more in the media center. And now then, I think he's gotten over that hurdle of not being able to play his best golf in the biggest moments. Even though he played a lot of consistent golf when he'd gotten close to the flame in major championships, it's like a cart going down a hill and the governor kicks in. And that's bad news for everybody else because, I think he found the secret or whatever piece of the puzzle was missing. And that allowed him to win his first major championship at the U.S. Open.
Another great young talent is Collin Morikawa. He has won a major championship. That was at the PGA Championship last August in San Francisco. Maybe a bit surprisingly, Morikawa is making his Open Championship debut, and he chatted with Todd Lewis.
I think I just got to learn how to play golf out here. It's very different, but I still got to stick to what I do best, ball striking. How do I give myself iron shots? It's soft so far, so it's very playable. You can land shots, you can land 5 irons into greens and have them stop. So we'll see what it's like, come Thursday, come the weekend. But for me, learning what happened last week at the Scottish, just figuring out how to play a little better.
What are the adjustments that you've had to make in your game compared to playing in the States, playing links golf here?
Things you actually wouldn't even think about. Turf interaction, how I'm, making contact with the ball. Blades last week, actually, I wasn't hitting it well. You get a little thinner, firmer, different grass out here than we're used to, and I've got to make changes. So, we'll see a little different setup in the bag, and hopefully that pays off, and then just to learn for future, Opens out here.
Do you have goals for the week, or is that still a work in progress?
It's to win. I'm not making the trip over here just to experience the Open or learn about it. I'm 2 years in as a pro now. Yes, it's a tournament I've never played, but I've done this for 2 years. I show up to tournaments, I show up to venues, and this is a little different. It's a little farther away from home, but the belief is still there. So, end goal is obviously to win.
And he's capable. Since winning at Harding Park, missed the cut, maybe a little bit of a major championship hangover, and then progressively better. T8 at Kiawah Island, the PGA Championship in May. Keep in mind, in June at the U.S. Open at Torrey Pines, he had the low score of the final 54 holes and ended up finishing in a tie for fourth. Morikawa's out, 8:26 a.m. Eastern Time, round one, with the Canadian Corey Connors and Sebastian Munoz. Two guys might be worth a flyer if you're looking at under-the-radar players, longer shot on the board. We get you set for Royal St. George's. Wide variance in winning scores here through the year. Sandy Lyle won it at 2 over, all weather dependent. Greg Norman was brilliant, winning in 1993 at 13 under. It all gets underway on Thursday.